911, what is your emergency?
Yes, I'd like to report a crime. Someone has stolen half of my bees.
Sir, that sounds like more of a personal problem and not the problem for the police to handle. You'll just have to deal with that yourself.
But I'm a law-abiding, tax-paying citizen, and someone has run amok with my bees.
Sir, we have real problems to deal with, and your bees are just not one of them. Have a good day.
Geez, they weren't very much help, were they? Back out at my bee box, we had just a little bit of a crisis. Just a small one. We waited maybe just a little bit too long to add some more boxes to the hive. And so my hive did swarm. We were able to see where it went. And we were with a little bit of trouble, but not too terribly much. We were able to get that swarm, or most of that swarm, back. My brother had planned on coming over and helping me add boxes anyway, so he was already on the way over when I discovered that it had swarmed. So when he got here, we did a little bit more work. We looked through the boxes all the way, looking to see where the queen might have gone, and she was in the swarm. So we ended up putting it in a cardboard box. He took that swarm home so that he could put it in another hive, because he said it wouldn't, the queen would not want to come back into this hive. So evidently he says that this one should have a new queen in it, and if it doesn't, they will make a new queen anyway. Those geese are angry. They just got locked up. They're mad. But anyway, back to my story. So anyway, this will have a new queen. He put the other queen and those bees in another hive. He says it probably won't do very much this year, but he still wanted to do it. I want him to do it also, just to see what might happen. And we'll be bringing that hive back over here after a couple of days, after they get accustomed to the hive. Then we'll bring it back over here and reintroduce them to this area. So we'll see what happens. But wow, this one, this still has quite a few bees in it, he said, and it had a lot of brood in it. So he said we should be fine with it. He said it would have been better if it hadn't have swarmed, if we would have got the boxes on there sooner, because he said that I had so many bees in there. He figured I had so many bees in there that they just ran out of space. So if we would have put the other boxes on last week, or maybe just even a few days sooner, they would not have swarmed. But hey, this is my first year. I didn't know what I was doing, and it's not his responsibility to take care of my bees. So, this one's on me, learning. And hey, why not just get all of the stuff that you need to learn about over with in the first year anyway, right? I mean, goodness, what good is it to have the first year you ever do honey, everything goes perfect, and then the next year you're expecting everything to go perfect again too? Now I know what to look for. I'm more educated because this happened to me, so I'm happy. We were able to save them. I don't feel like it's a total loss. I think there's a large number of the swarm that when we did take the queen, put her into a box, they were still out flying around. And my brother says that they should come back to the hive once they notice that the queen isn't out and about, that they should actually come back to the hive and rejoin the hive. So he's the one with the experience. I'm gonna go with that because I like the sounds of that. I don't like the idea of all of those bees just going out there and dying for nothing. I want them to be making me honey because I need to be sweeter. I want to be sweeter. Plus, I'm excited to see how much honey I get off of these guys. Anyway, that was my 911 call on the homestead today.
911, what is your emergency?
Someone or something is trying to break into my hen house.
Sir, are you saying you're running a house of ill repute?
No, my hen house. You know, as in chickens.
Sir, is this the same person who was missing bees yesterday?
Well, yes, it is. Thank you for asking. I was able to find them yesterday, by the way.
Sir, we're going to have to ask you to refrain from calling us about these wild goose chases.
If somebody's out there chasing after my geese, we're really going to have some problems. You better send the cops quick.
Sir, the wildlife on your property is not our problem. You have a good day now. Goodbye.
Oh, what an exciting weekend we've had. My bees swarmed on me. And then today, after we had lunch, grilled cheese sandwiches, homemade tomato soup, it was delicious. Oh my goodness. But anyway, after we had lunch, chickens started making a little bit of a ruckus. So we went over and, we're like, oh, they just laid some eggs. But then they were making a little bit more of a ruckus than usual for laying eggs. And so we went over by the chicken coop, me and Marissa, and holy cow, what did I see? But this little guy standing on my coop. And I say a little emergency just because this fella was on the smaller side. Yep, I had one of those wildlife inspectors coming through, checking out my wildlife, seeing what I had. He said it all looked okay, but he wanted to taste a couple of those chickens just to make sure they were on the up and up. Now, I was nice enough to at least warn him that I would put him on my wall, just like I did the last black bear that I saw. Upon hearing this, he decided this probably wasn't the place for him. I recommended to him that he go and visit other parts of Alaska where he could do his roaming freely in the wilds. Maybe he could go visit Bill in Willow. Bill from My Alaska. Bill might like to see him. I'm pretty sure he'd like to get some video of him at least. What do you say, Bill? Would you like to see this little bear at your property? I know I don't want to see him on mine ever again. So, yep, that was 911 number 2 for the weekend. We did have a pretty busy weekend, didn't we? That darn bear messes up everything. Now we have to be extra cautious. We've been here, the last time we saw a bear on our property, 2007. And we've always been somewhat cautious, but once you see it, you know it's out there, and you have to be extra cautious. Is that how it works? Or should we always be extra cautious in any way? There's so many houses around here, you just don't expect to see a bear. And so That's how it is. You get complacent, I guess. Well, complacency is done. This is Alaska after all. You should always be ready for all the wildlife that's up here because they're everywhere, even in downtown Anchorage. Always be ready. And now with the bear out and about, I am kind of afraid just to leave these guys walking around on their own with nobody outside. So I locked them back up. Since I am going to be outside for a little while, we're gonna let them roam free because that's what makes them the happiest. When they're free roaming. And when my geese are happy, I am happy. And even though we had all the other excitement this weekend, me and Kara were able to make a good push on the greenhouse, and we got a lot of it done. We got an awful lot of it done. In fact, the outside shell is done. I actually got handles put on the door and just a little bit more tweaking so that they can work separate of each other. But got the handles on the door. Woohoo! I got the top all done in. It's gonna echo now really bad. Got the top all done in. I got all of the plastic all the way around. It's kind of a small, so got all of the plastic in. And that's just extra plastic that will probably end up getting used on other projects. The window is almost done. It works. I just have to get the bracket built and the bar down so that it'll hold it open. But with all the other excitement, I'm happy we were able to get that done. Back here against this wall, we got it all done. It's really hard to see because it's so stinking tight in between the buildings, but got all of that done. I do have pieces that will go over and fill in these gaps. Every one of the seams in between boards, I'll be putting another board across it, just a little sticker to cover in those gaps. But that'll be quick and easy. The tough stuff is done. I do not have to put any more screws into metal as far as I know. So I think it's just going to be easy now. That's what I said when I started this project. It'll be a quick, easy project. A month and a half later, I finally get the shell done. I still have a lot of work I have to do. Ouch.
I want to shut the door. I'm sorry.
Because I still have to build tables for in here, and I do want to do some more bracing for these boards in here. But I want to do that after we do Marissa's cat house so that I make sure I have enough boards to get her project done. And that will be the next push. Pretty much doing the same thing on her little cat house that we're building. It's been a fun, exciting weekend. It is now almost 10 o'clock at night, so I have to get ready to go to work tomorrow. Call it an evening. But I still want to thank you for watching this edition of Not So Remote Alaska, and until next time, may God bless and keep each and every one of you. And with that, I am out.